Baldwin has led our team to back-to-back NBA championships. And now we're headed into the offseason to try to go for the three-peat. Some notable things happening in the offseason, as you see here, are the people retiring. Of note is Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, who was also drafted in that 2003 draft class with LeBron James. They have retired. Of course, Dwayne Wade gets his number retired in Miami. Now, another noteworthy thing, a rule change that you guys see. Teams with the same record no longer share the same odds of attaining the top 3 picks. A tiebreaker will be used. So who you play and who you beat now matters. As you guys see, going through the draft lottery, we were projected to have the number 1 and the number 4 picks. You guys remember last season, I was doing all those trades, making all those moves, brought in Antetokounmpo's little brother along with a bunch of draft picks, and this is why. We're back-to-back champions, and right now we have a potential 2 top 4 picks, but they actually turn into a number 3 and number 5. But I will still take that. A number 3 and a number 5 pick going into this year's draft. The next thing that we got to do is re-sign or get a coach. Now, normally there's no reason to not hire Mike Malone, except, after all, he did bring us 2 straight NBA championships. Except, as far as overall rating goes, there are some better coaches out there. There's Steve Kerr. Even Pau Gasol is looking good. Dwayne Wade obviously is an assistant coach as well. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to sign Steve Kerr to a contract to come and coach the Golden State Warriors. We are also going to offer a contract to Pau Gasol. All right, so we're getting a former NBA champion, 2-time champion with the Lakers. And we're all going to try to get our 3rd championship together. And so let's see which one we get. And so it looks like that Pau Gasol has accepted the offer before Steve Kerr can make a decision. And since I have to make a decision on who I'm going to get, I'm going to go ahead and take Pau Gasol and just let Steve Kerr go. Now, let's get into the NBA draft. As you guys know, we got the number 3 and the number 5 pick. Pau Gasol has told me who he wanted us to draft. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as he is available, we will go after him. But the first pick goes to the New York Knicks. And they take this guy named Shane Scott from West Virginia. 6'1", point guard, 73 overall. I think they probably could have got a better pick there, but that's who they wanted. I'm not going to complain because I know there are some high 70s and even 80s in this draft. Here comes another pick before us. Number 2, Jaylen Suggs, a small forward out of Washington State. And he is a 77 overall, so that's a pretty high one. He was on my radar. But now it is our turn, and we have the number 3 pick. And of course, many teams are going to offer us to trade for our pick. I take a look at them just to entertain. There were a lot of good ones, but nothing worth biting. And so we're going to go ahead and choose a prospect. Now, we have been scouting, and Pau Gasol really wants us to bring in Jaylen Brown. That is his guy. That's the guy that he wants. But man, Isaiah Todd is showing up as an 81 overall. And I don't know if he's going to be available at number 5. I mean, I do have 2 picks, but I'm going to go ahead and go with coach on this one and go ahead and pick up Jaylen Brown. Now I got to make a move. Now I got to do something because I don't think he's going to be available at number 5. So I need to trade up to that number 4 position. So I'm going to go ahead and do a deal with the Charlotte Hornets to try to get that number 4 pick. And it seems like I'm going to be able to get him for really a steal here. It seems like I'm going to be able to trade Clint Capella, Frank Kaminsky, and I just got to give Clint Capella in the first rounder to get the number 4 pick and Frank Kaminsky. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Jaylen Brown. That was who Pau Gasol wanted me to get. And then I'm also going to go ahead and get Dodd, because that is the guy that I want to get. Oh, and it actually turns out Jaylen Brown is at 80 overall. So that's pretty good. We're going to get 2 80s in this draft. So already the offseason is looking good. There you have how the draft turned out. And obviously I think we ended up the best out of everybody. We go ahead and sign those 2 rookies. There are their contracts. I know people have been wanting to see the contracts. So there you see our rookie contracts. Pau Gasol is happy. And if coach is happy, I'm happy. And there you see everybody, all these guys had team or player options. LeBron accepts his player option. We bring all those guys back on their team options. And we're going to head straight into the next season. We didn't really sign any big name free agents, but as you guys can see, we got everybody is in a contract year. This is Pau Gasol's starting lineup. We're going to be running the 7-second offense, and about a week into the season, LeBron James wants to meet with me. Let's see what he wants to talk about. And apparently, it turns out that LeBron James is retiring after this season, and he wanted to tell me himself. Now, I have the opportunity to ask him to come back for one more ring, or I could offer him the next head coach, but I don't want to kick Pau Gasol to the curb. I just got Pau Gasol. I don't even know how good he is, and we're 5-1, so there's really no need to let him go, but I'm going to go ahead and offer him an assistant coach position. I'm going to offer him an assistant coach position, because how cool would that be to have Pau Gasol as my head coach, LeBron James as my assistant coach, and then as soon as Pau Gasol's contract runs out, I go ahead and make LeBron James the head coach. Could you imagine LeBron James sticking around to coach Jackson Baldwin through his career? Oh, baby, that would be a good one. And there you can see where LeBron James is on the all-time points list. I honestly don't think he's going to get it. I mean, he's only averaging about 15 points for us. I don't think he's going to. I think he'll catch Karl Malone, but I don't think he'll catch Kareem. But then a few weeks later, check this out, LeBron comes back into my office, and now he wants to talk about a contract extension. So it's confusing dealing with this guy LeBron. First he's going to retire. Now he wants a contract extension. I don't know what the man wants, but we don't have the money to do it right now. So I need to clear up some cap space so that I can re-sign LeBron James. And so we're going to dump Kaminsky's contract, and we're going to send, and we're going to get back Nurkic and Milos Teodosic from the Pistons. And both of these guys have expiring contracts, so that's going to free up a lot of cap space going into next season. And so now we're going to go back and sit down with LeBron James and try to get something worked out. So he wants 80 million. I'm going to try to meet him halfway and say I'll give you 75 million for 2 years. And when I try to do this, they're telling me that I don't have enough cap space to pull this off. But how could that be possible? I have plenty of cap space. Look at this. Next year, I have $51 million in cap space. I have plenty of cap space to sign LeBron James, but for whatever reason, they're not letting me resign LeBron James. What's going on, 2K? And now Sean Atkins, on the last year of his rookie contract, he wants to come into the office and talk contract extension. And so, of course, we're going to promise to extend this contract. But before we do that, we've got to re-sign Jackson Baldwin. I can't go signing Sean Atkins, and then it turns out that I not have enough money for Jackson Baldwin. We got to make sure Jackson Baldwin is on our team. So whatever he asks for, that is exactly what we're going to give him. No questions asked. And so we got Jackson Baldwin locked up for another 4 years. Now we can move on to Sean Atkins. And Sean Atkins, he wants a little bit less than the max, and I'm totally okay with that. He's grown a lot, upgraded a lot since he's been here, so we're going to go ahead and re-sign him. Now let's see if I can figure out this LeBron James things. We're going to go back. We got Baldwin locked up. We got Atkins locked up. Antetokounmpo still, I think, has another year on his rookie deal. So let's see what happens when I give LeBron an option. Let's give him a player option for that second year, whether he wants to come back as a player or as a coach is what I'm thinking. Okay, now that works. So we're good now. We got Jackson Baldwin, we got LeBron, we got Atkins all coming back. So everybody who starts for us, they're all locked up. They're all coming back. And we were getting into a little, it seems like we got into a little rivalry with the Chicago Bulls led by LaMelo Ball. I actually tried to trade for LaMelo Ball, but they were not having it. And it appeared that all season long that we were going to be on a crash course with the Chicago Bulls. We split the series at 1 game apiece. They won on their home court, and we won on our home court. And so as we wind down the season, Dwight Howard comes in and he lets me know that he is also going to retire at the season. I don't really want to bring Dwight Howard on staff, so I'm going to thank him for his time, for helping us win 2 championships. And we will see if he gets in the Hall of Fame. But Jackson Baldwin wins back-to-back MVP. And so everything is looking good. Here you can see the rest of the awards. Rookie of the Year, 6-man defensive player. Zach LaVine gets most improved. And he balled out there on the Lakers for sure. And Pau Gasol, as a rookie head coach, gets Coach of the Year, and I get another Executive of the Year award. We go 61-21. And so everything is looking good. There you can see the all NBA teams. Only Jackson Baldwin was to make it, and I think our 2 rookies actually made the second all NBA team, which I was actually quite surprised. I thought they would definitely make the first NBA team, the first all rookie NBA team, but apparently they did not. They did not make the first. Oh, when it turns out only one of them made the second, so only Isaiah Dodd. So it was a good thing that I went out and got Isaiah Dodd, even though Pau Gasol wanted me to get Jaylen Brown. And in the first round, we sweep past the Los Angeles Clippers, giving us a second round matchup with the Los Angeles Lakers with Zach LaVine, who got most improved. But we are going to go ahead and take these guys down in 5 games. And now we're going head to head with the Golden State Warriors. But unfortunately, Golden State, they're going to get us in 6 games, so we do not three-peat. And everybody's wondering, what are you going to do? You didn't win the championship. Is it time to rebuild? And of course, it's not time to rebuild. We lost in the game 6, so we were only 2 games away from the NBA Finals. So we're going to keep the core together. We're going to see what, moves we need to make in the offseason. But man, we could not get the three-peat. That would have been so cool if we would have got the three-peat. But the Golden State Warriors got us. And look at that team. Kevin Durant, Paul George. They had Paul George, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Derrick Rose. Jordan Bell is a beast in this game. Draymond Green. I mean, good night. They really upgraded. But anyway, guys, that's year 4 for Jackson Baldwin. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to be going through Jackson Baldwin's entire career here. And man, what a crazy negotiation. I see what it's like trying to negotiate with LeBron James. But anyway, man, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.